Hello, hello. What's going on, my friends? Let's see, just waiting for Zuckerberg to go live here with everybody. Hey guys, if you are jumping on here and it is a replay for you, meaning you're not on live with me, just go ahead and give me a little hashtag replay. That'd be awesome. Real fast before we go and get started, I just want to give you guys a few announcements of cool things going down here. Anyway, a little hashtag replay again would be nice. Just kind of while I wait for everyone to jump on here, I'm just going to give you guys a few cool things that that are happening. So we have stories of a review. Alrighty. Probably the biggest one. Unboxing. All right. Hey guys, just a few cool announcements. Dude, we match, same hat. What's up? Hey, I think that's from you. Anyway, let's see. OneFunnelAway.com. Okay, guys, I got a few cool announcements for you guys. Very, very excited that you all here. First of all, I'm sorry that the session is a little bit later in the day. I don't think I've ever done a One Funnel Away session so late in the day. Anyways, my apologies. The future ones, they pretty much always will be at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So my bad. A few things were going down today that I had to go and attend to. So anyways, hey, boom, I got a few announcements for you guys. One Funnel Away Stories is a podcast that I've been putting together. And basically what it is it features you guys. And the way to get on, so what it is I'm going to be bringing people on and interviewing them for the show and say, basically, what was your business like before the One Funnel Away Challenge? What was it like afterwards? Share with us your funnel. Wink, wink. That means that your funnel gets to be immortalized in the show. What is it that you learned? Was the biggest takeaways? Because we know this challenge has been very, very effective for people. So we want to immortalize that and a lot of these cool things here for you guys. So anyways, if you guys want to be on the One Funnel Away show, okay, the One Funnel Away Stories podcast, it's going to be, we're still in the making of it. There's a lot of assets we're putting together. We want to make, anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on with it. We thought it'd be earlier, but anyways, what I want to do though, is I want you guys to have the opportunity to be considered to come on the show. And the way you do that is scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, right? If you guys go to ofareview.com, that's what ofareview.com. In fact, let me go ahead and toss it right here. ofareview.com. If you guys go there and leave a review, and I'm not saying it has to even be a positive one, just go ahead and leave a review. I will give you guys, that's where we go to see who we should pull in for the show, okay? So anyway, at any time you can go ahead and leave a review there. That'd be awesome. That lets Russell know that I'm worth my salt. So second piece, Russell likes to do a lot of cool, like, how many of you guys have gotten your One Funnel Away box? In fact, oh, you know what? Mine's right here. Let me get it. Okay, I have an unopened one right here that I wouldn't have bought it. Oh, so this is live one. Who cares? All right. This box right here, how many of you guys have gotten the box yet? So what we want to do with you guys is if the box comes to you, and it's not opened yet, what we want to do is we want you guys to take your phone out and record yourself going through and opening up the box. Okay, we call it the unboxing contest. And it's a contest, so one person is chosen, not drawn. Chosen every single challenge. And what Russell likes to do is give away a lot of cool bonuses. Like last time for the unboxing challenge contest winner, the unboxing winner, what was given away was I think they gave away, it was like the Inner Circle training. It was like a really expensive, nice stuff. Okay, it was really awesome stuff. Anyway, what we're going to do is let you guys have the opportunity to go ahead and get inside of that contest. So if you guys want to, go to onefunnelaway.com/unboxing, and that is the URL. In fact, let me go ahead and toss that in right here. onefunnelaway.com/unboxing. Boom. If you guys go there, details on all of that are right there on how to enter into it. There's been people who've gotten their box and they're like, I still want to enter into. So all they do is they go put it all back in, and that's totally fine. Whatever, that's okay. That's okay. But anyways, I believe also I think it was two challenges ago, they gave away like replays of anyway, it was ridiculous. It's worth way more than what we're asking for. All the instructions on how to enter into the actual contest are on that page. So go to onefunnelaway.com/unboxing, and it's all there right there. So still waiting for the box. Awesome. It will be there. I don't know. They send them out frequently. So just know that it will get to you. So, all right, awesome. Let's go and dive into this. Hey, you guys. Okay, today what I want to do real fast is I want to introduce you guys to the Epiphany Bridge script. The Epiphany Bridge script is easily like the most powerful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, I don't know if you guys have the book Expert Secrets. Hopefully you guys do. Expert Secrets, though, is this is better than my entire marketing degree. You guys go to page 114 in Expert Secrets. What you have here on the side is the Epiphany Bridge script. Now, what's important about the Epiphany Bridge script is it is all about bringing someone through and causing them then to have the idea, you know what, I should buy their product. I should buy Maggie's product. And they think it rather than you tell it. Okay, so let me give you a few examples on this. When I first started building all these things, one of the issues that I had is that I kept thinking that like, my product's so good, it will sell itself. That's hot garbage, and hardly any products have ever actually been able to pull that off, ever, right? Like, one of the only products that I think has ever really kind of done that, but not even really, when Steve Jobs walked out with the iPod for the first time and goes, 1,000 songs in your pocket. But even then, it still was a sales message, okay? Here's what happens. This is you back in the day before you were an entrepreneur. You guys remember that? Remember back in the day before you were an entrepreneur, everything was sad and black and white and gray, and everything was in like 480 pixels. Like, remember your life is everything's just terrible before you're an entrepreneur. Okay. And then all of a sudden you started moving down this path where you're like, dang, man, I need to go and do X. And you start moving. And as you start moving, right, you start learning all this stuff. And you learn and you learn and you learn and you learn. And you basically get to the spot over here that you didn't even know maybe like existed, right? So I'm over here, right? And I'm over here, oh my gosh, and I'm King Kong. I learned all this cool stuff over here. And this really terrible thing, you're the king there. This really terrible thing happens while you cross this bridge. And it's called vocab. Technobabble, man. And what happens is you get stoked and you learn all this technobabble. You learn all this stuff and everything's really, really cool. Now what happens is because you're stoked about it, the next time someone walks up to you and says, could you tell me a little bit about your product, Maggie? Right? Or Millen, right? Or Barry. Tell me about your product. What do? You're like, somebody who's interested, and you zero in on them, and what happens? Brr, right? And you just barf all over them. Tons of technobabble, vocab all over the place, and you're saying stuff, and you're saying words and phrases that they've never heard of. SMTP, autoresponder, right? Upsells, downsells. What's your OTO? What's your CPC, right? All the stuff that you learned that they have no idea about, you start going and barfing all over them. That is what the Epiphany Bridge script fixes. Okay? We can't have you do that. What you need to get good at is going back, go backwards, go back in time. You're doing something right now for a reason. There was some something, some action, some epiphany that you had before you ever started this game that made you go, you know what? I should actually start going down this path right here, and get really psyched about it and get excited. Okay, that is what we call the Epiphany Bridge script, and that's the purpose of it. The Epiphany Bridge script is an awesome sales tool. Okay, it's a fantastic sales script. And too many times people are like, well, I'm not selling anything, so I'm not going to use the Epiphany Bridge script. No. All my stories are in the Epiphany Bridge script as well. Okay, all of them. I got a really special treat for you guys tomorrow, which I'm really excited to share with you. Anyway, hopefully it's been helpful to you. I'm the queen of technobabble. This will do. This is my quantum physics talk has got to go. Yes, right? It's got to go. So whenever when I first started building sales funnels, my mom thought I was selling kitchen funnels. And I was like, And it makes sense. I can't blame her, right? Anyways, I was selling kitchen funnels, and I was in her mind, and I had a hard time explaining what I do, right? How many guys have a hard time explaining what you do? Oh, what do you do? Right? Is that your learning curve? That's everyone's learning curve, right? And someone walks up and they say, what do you do? And you're like, well, I do blah, 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 blah. And they start vocabbing all over us. I mean, barfing all over us, right? And that's been the huge issue. So the Epiphany Bridge script, it's broken up into 8 different parts. And if you want to know where the questions are, it's on page 115 of the book. Page 115 of the book on the right side are the questions that cause this. So the whole goal of what we're teaching you and what we want you to go do is, and I got a really cool special treat for you guys tomorrow. We'll do some tomorrow's session at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But the Epiphany Bridge script is broken into these 8 parts. So the first one is we need to know what your backstory is. And if you've never read this book, I give you full license once this is over to literally put off every other responsibility in your entire life so you can go read it, okay? It will change your life. It's super awesome. Okay. The backstory, though, let's think of, I told you guys my backstory, right? I told you guys my backstory, and it is I could not feed my wife, right? That's the backstory. Backstory. My wife and I were getting married, and I couldn't feed my wife, and stuff was hard. Things were challenging. Stuff was really, really rough. And I was like, Dad, could you give us some money, right? And I'm telling you, the internal and external desires. That's the next piece. What's my internal desire? My internal desire was just to feel like a man again. To feel like I was providing for my bride. Feel like I could provide for my family. Now, when I say that kind of thing, what happens to the listener? Oh, man, this guy's being real. Oh, man, look how authentic he's being. All I did was talk about some internal desires. It's one of the easiest ways to be vulnerable without feeling like you're being weak. Guys struggle with that usually. Okay. Now, external desires. On the outside, I was telling my wife, yeah, ain't nothing but a thing, right? I got this. This is going to be the one. This business, number 500, whatever, this is going to be the one that makes it work. On the inside, though, I'm freaking out. I don't know if it's going to work. I just want to be a man. I just got to feel like I'm a provider, right? So I'm sharing those elements of the story. Do you guys remember me walking through that? In my head, I'm just following the Epiphany Bridge script. What's the next part of the script? The wall. What is the wall in the Epiphany Bridge script? Right? What is the wall in my story? The wall in my story is when I tell my dad, hey, I can't feed my wife. And I ask him for money. And what does he say to me? Son, no. If I give you this money now, you will not exhaust the resources you didn't know you had. Whew, talk about a wall, right? Crazy wall. So then what do? Right? Then I go into the epiphany part. The epiphany is something that's caused in me that no one else told me. You know what I mean? If I walk up to somebody and say, hey, you need to buy this watch, right? Here's like the cool 2 Comma Club watch, right? Right? You need to go buy this watch. It's very different value than if you say, I want that watch. It's like this shirt. So many people want this shirt. I don't say, do you want this shirt? They just go, I want that shirt, right? It's so much more powerful, and you don't need to be nearly as good of a salesman or a marketer when you can cause an epiphany in someone's head that they had rather than you tell them. That's not an epiphany. Okay, that's the hardest part about the Epiphany Bridge script, and that's why you follow the script in order to pull it off. Okay. Next, the epiphany. I was like, you know what? I need to go make this work, and so I start trying to launch these different businesses, and I try to launch this, and I suck, and I struggle, and things are terrible, and I go through 17 funnel failures and 17 other business failures before that. Like, I went through a lot of them. Okay, went through a lot of them. Hot garbage like that. Okay. And so what do? I come up with a plan. And what I've noticed here is that plan and wall, these 3 right here, especially wall and plan, they kind of happen back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They can happen multiple times throughout good stories. Okay. I hit a wall and I have this epiphany, and here's the plan. Okay. We're moving. Crap. Another wall. Right. Then I have another epiphany. And then I go through another plan, and I'm moving. Dang it, another wall. Really fun story to listen to. We'll have that kind of thing. Now, I'm teaching you this format before I actually share live examples of this. Okay, because I want to do that with you. It's more powerful than me just telling it to you. Okay. Then I hit conflict, and I will go and have one of these 2 things, either achievement or transformation. Okay, I'm sorry, I have both of them. Achievement transformation, guys. This comes from what's called the Heroes 2 Journeys, and I'm just teaching you guys just outright right now. I've not really told much of a story yet today. Okay, but the Heroes 2 Journeys is one of the most powerful things that you could ever go learn. The Heroes 2 Journeys teaches us about the 2 journeys of any story, and we want that. Okay, the first. Okay, let me. I ran out of legal pad. Okay, let me grab some real quick. Okay, check this out. Okay. Check this out. This is extremely powerful for you guys to learn. All right. I'm going to ruin every Hollywood movie you see from here on out. Okay. Here it goes. Every single story starts with a protagonist. Okay. Starts with a protagonist. And the whole goal of the first 10% of any movie is to cause rapport. This comes from Michael Haig. This is the Heroes 2 Journeys. Okay. And we need to cause this feeling of rapport. And rapport is caused through many mechanisms. You're a victim. You're running towards something. You're running away from something. You're funny. You're whatever. There's 5 major ones that this book talks about. I don't want to spoil them. Go read it. Okay? But when you can get 2 of the 5, the audience feels a sense of rapport. If I don't get 2 of those 5 with the audience, as the story progresses, I don't care about the character. Okay? It's like, have you ever watched a movie when someone dies at the end of the movie and you're like, meh. You're like, whatever. Why? It's because of this. Okay? There was one of the Star Wars movies, it was The Last Jedi or something like that. I liked Star Wars before it was cool. All right? I'm the guy with the freaking life-size poster board cut out of Superman. I like story. I love story. Story's awesome. Okay? But there was a Star Wars movie that came out a little while ago, and it was freaking hot garbage. I hated the movie. It's terrible. I didn't know who the characters were. I'm not enough of a nerd to like read the books. I'm not gonna read the books. I just like some of the movies. Like, so I'm going through and I'm watching the movie. And I'm like, I don't know who these guys are. I have zero rapport for them. Everything that's happening to them in the movie, everything that's happening to them throughout, good and bad. I'm like, right? This is a big deal. And because so many people are not willing to be vulnerable and share their internal and their external desires and their stories, not many people will listen to them. And not many people care about you as the attractive character of your business. Okay. So you need 2 of the 5. I'm not going to tell you which one they are. Go read that chapter though. Okay. 2 of the 5. You get 2 of the 5, you're good to go. Okay. The first 10% of pretty much any Hollywood movie is dedicated to that. Okay. As the story progresses, the protagonist has to leave the Shire, okay? Frodo leaves the Shire. The protagonist leaves their homeland, and it's not really their choice. They kind of have to go do that, right? So the first 10% of the movie has happened, rapport has been developed, they leave the Shire, and as they move, okay, and as they're moving, they kind of start hitting these points of no return. And sometimes there's a few points of no return, but usually there's one pinnacle, massive, like, it all comes down to this, right? This is like Lord of the Rings when they're like psyching up all the troops to go down to battle. It all comes down to this, right? And a lot of stories are that way. Like, oh, if we can't do this, the world is going under, baby, right? There's always like that thing. And superhero movies are very much that way. Right, superhero, they're very much that way. In fact, most movies are, even if it's not superhero or whatever. Right? That story is very captivating because of that. As we hit this point of no return, we get over here to the spot, and the whole goal, the reason I leave the Shire, the reason I leave, and as a protagonist I start moving, the reason I leave the Shire is for several reasons. I might be trying to achieve something. I'm going to go save something. I'm going to redeem something. I'm going to go, whatever it might be. Okay, there's several reasons that are very captivating as an audience for us to go listen to a story. Like, oh, that's what you're going to go do? I'll listen to your journey about that. Now, we have to understand is that this is the Heroes 2 Journeys, right? There's 2 journeys. The first journey is the physical journey on the outside. It's the journey of achievement. It's the thing that we left to go, right? This is, so we'll say achievement, right? The journey of achievement, this one across the top. The one we actually care about. And this is probably a depth the story will go in the One Funnel Away Challenge. Okay, but like the story we actually care about is not the story of achievement. You guys ever like watch those movies where they achieve the thing they're going for and you're like, yeah, it was a pretty good movie. But like, you're like, I don't really want to see it again. Why? It's because they didn't do the second one. The second hero's journey. This is from Michael Haig, right? This is all from Michael Haig's stuff. Okay. The second hero's journey is happening underneath. And this is the journey of transformation. Now, guys, I'm going to wrap it all on a nice, pretty little bow. You guys will be like, oh, I get it. That's why I've been selling, or that's why I haven't been selling, or that's what I really need to go learn how to do, rather than I got to make my product with the best features ever. That's not why stuff sells. Okay. This is the journey of transformation. Okay. It's kind of like in the book, Russell uses the example of Lightning McQueen, right? In the movie Cars, the first 10%, we find out that Lightning McQueen's kind of a goof. No one really likes him. He's kind of a victim. He's kind of made fun of. There's some funny parts to it. We have a lot of rapport with the character Lightning McQueen before he leaves to go try and get the Piston Cup. Okay. And we find out, right? Then there's the big plot that comes out. There's a little bit of conflict that happens. Crap, he gets dropped off in a place that he's never seen before. It's a movie Cars, right? From Pixar. And as he's going, okay, and now I need to go get this Piston Cup. And as I'm leaving to go get this Piston Cup, all this crap starts happening along the way. And as he goes, he finally gets to go be trained at Radiator Springs. He gets to go and he gets to actually compete for the Piston Cup finally, like the last scene of the whole movie, right? I swear to you, every movie's like this, okay? I'm just going to ruin everything for you, right? But this is like powerful story. They make hundreds of millions of dollars with those movies, right? Okay. As he's going to go and actually achieve the thing, the goal of the whole movie, he's about to win. And at the very last minute, he's about to win. And he stops in front of the finish line, turns around and pushes his buddy across. And they're like, what are you doing? What does he say? What does he say? Because this is a big moment. It's just a rusty cup. It's just a rusty cup. Okay? Isn't that? There it is. That's the journey of a transformation. We need to know how the individual transformed, the essence of the character. How did they change throughout? Not just did Frodo go run from goblins and ghouls or whatever, okay? But how did he change as an individual throughout it? We need that. Otherwise, we walk out of the movie and we go, that's a pretty good movie. But when we see that, we're like, Cars was such a good movie, right? And we like get all intense about it because we've experienced not just the achievement, right? We actually, what we really want is the journey of transformation. That's straight from Michael Haig. And when that script first started coming out and Michael Haig started teaching a lot of this stuff, Will Smith saw this course and saw a lot of this from Michael Haig. And Michael Haig was contacted by Will Smith. And together they actually wrote the pitch for Hitch, the movie Hitch, and it's based off of this script. So go back and watch it, right? Go back and watch it. You'll see there's rapport. There's tons of it right in the beginning. There's lots of it. And the guy he's helping, Kevin James character, right? He's a goof. He's sloppy. He has no feng shui, right? And then as he's going to actually achieve getting a date, what we really see is him change as an individual. And then we're like, that was a good movie. Oh my gosh, right? That's what we want. That's what we want. So the way you pull that off is with the Epiphany Bridge script. Now, this is much more of a tactile session than I've usually done in the One Funnel Away Challenge, but I just wanted to make it a little bit brief today because I want you to go and start reading. Just read. I challenge you all to reread this chapter. Okay, it starts on page 114, and what it's going to allow you to do is this is the script that allows you to pull this off quite easily. Okay. And now I'm going to give you some live examples of this, especially tomorrow, but I just need you to know the backdrop of it. So the goal, what I'm trying to tell you guys to go do, the whole reason I'm walking through this with you guys is number one, to realize like, hey, that is what causes the sale, not necessarily the product. Okay. Offers help tremendously, but it's not necessarily the actual product itself. Okay. It is the actual story. Okay. Now check this out. This is the last little piece I'll draw here with this. Okay. Your goal. Okay, the spot that this all gets jacked up. Okay, you can't pull this off unless this is the part that has to happen. You have got to know your backstory. You've got to know your internal and external desires. Men, this is usually the one you switch. You skip. I'm not going to show my internal desires. That means weakness. Garbage. Not true. Okay. Internal and external desires. And then most of us will start either our stories at the epiphany or sometimes the wall, but that's usually what makes them not very effective. I can't combine with you. I can't associate with you as the storyteller if I don't hear your backstory and your internal and external desires. Okay. So your whole goal, why are you doing what you're doing right now? Why are you selling what you're selling? And for those of you guys who have a product right now, why are you selling it? You're not just selling it because someone was like, hey, here's a sweet thing, and you start going moving. That's not why you're selling what you're selling. I started selling it because I needed a job after college. That's not why you're doing what you're doing, okay? Why are you doing it? What was really going on in your life? What was the internal and the external desire that was going on in your life? And then something happened. What was it that caused this epiphany to you to go on this journey? That's why we draw it like this, okay? Because it looks like this, okay? What was it that caused that journey for you? And then you're like, man, I start learning all this cool vocab and the great stuff. It's awesome. And I start changing the second journey underneath. That's great. Like, you need to know that. But guys, oftentimes the journey that you've been on is the same one that you're going to, it's the same story you're going to tell to your customers, your prospective customers. Okay. So what we need you to go do is go start thinking to yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? And what was that thing that caused me? And for a lot of you guys, like, it might be the first time you ever sit back and realize, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Because it's not because there was a bargain. It's not because there was some benefit. It's not because what was going on in your life. Okay. What was the internal, the external desire? And start brainstorming those things out. Start thinking through what your backstory is. As long as you can start doing that, what you do is the next time you start telling your story to somebody and you're using these formats and you're using the way we're teaching you right now, what happens is you put them in the same state that you were in when you were experiencing the epiphany. That's the mental hijack. That's the mojo. Okay. That's what makes it work. If you can pull that off. All right. So I went a little bit deeper today. A little bit more tactile, not as much storytelling. I just wanted to teach the framework itself. Okay. But that's why we're having you guys do what we are. And your challenge, like I said today, start going back. Think about your backstory. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you going through and why are you in the business you're in? And if you aren't selling anything right now, still, there's something that got you on this challenge. My guess is that this is not the first time you tried to make money. Tell that story. My guess is it's not the first time you've ever made a product or tried to sell something. Good. Tell that story. It's highly unlikely that you are on here and have not tried to sell something in the past. Okay. And if it is, that's okay. Why did you suddenly think, you know what? I should learn how to sell a product. You got to go back to that epiphany. It's unique to you. Someone was like, Stephen, I can't be successful because I don't have a story of me living in a gutter and I can't feed my wife like you have. I was like, that's unique to me, right? Those are the things that cause the epiphany in me. Man, I got to learn how to sell some stuff because we're not going to eat, right? That's very attractive for people to follow. That's very attractive for people to listen to you for, and that's why the whole thing works, okay? So that's the Epiphany Bridge script, and I just needed to do a little bit of a dry run with you guys on that today. Tomorrow I got a special treat for you guys. We're going to go deep dive into a little more of what we call the origin story, but you got to start thinking through why you're doing what you're doing and the backstory itself, and we'll go back through this. So Noise. I have so many great stories. Now I know what to do with them and connect them to my business. Yeah. Hey, that's super cool. Vulnerability is wonderful. It's scary, but it attracts the people, right? It really is. Yeah, exactly. It is my net, or has this restarted again? I don't know. I love how Funnel Scripts makes the steps so simple to accomplish. Yeah. I still use Funnel Scripts. Lets me pull off the Epiphany Bridge script with the Epiphany Bridge script. Super excited. Book is available on Audible as well. He's never on at this time. Usually not, no. Hello, Debbie. Well, I finally made it on live. Hey, Stevie, I caught you live. Woohoo! Keeps breaking. Oh, that's frustrating. Don't apologize. First actual live for me. Sweet. Just ordered the book today. Sweet. First time catching you live. Getting a lot of people that usually I'm not on live now, so it's cool to actually catch you guys on right now. I just finished recording my second episode using the Epiphany Bridge script. Yeah, totally, right? When I was scared to start publishing because I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to say. Why? No one's going to listen to me. All I literally did was took the Epiphany Bridge script, filled it out, and that's what became my episodes. Sleeping now, watch till tomorrow. I tell you about lives, by the way. Nice. Rambled a bit. You rambled a bit. We'll do it again tomorrow. Yeah, no worries. And sometimes people like the little sidebar as well. It's been an awesome reflection to go through. Really solidifies self-belief. Thank you for sharing all the wisdom. Oh, oink. Dude, where's the It's Monday, baby? Well, it's Tuesday. So, finally caught you live. Chemo, that's funny. Another awesome, cool thing. Sorry, I'm catching up the comments. Here we go. Gratefully Wismod. Hey, guys, you're all awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Should we write it or do a video of ourselves? I would first write it. I would write your Epiphany Bridge scripts the first time I've ever done it. And we'll dive into this a little bit more. I was about to do that already. Recorded myself on the phone. Very painful. That's okay. Congrats on doing it. It's awesome, Natasha. Great for us. Aussie Defense Live today. Nice. It's so cool to see how many guys are actually like publishing. Massive congrats. It's like the biggest sign I know someone's gonna make it. All right, guys. You're all awesome. Get rich. Welcome to the One Funnel Away Challenge. See you guys tomorrow. Got a cool treat.